Welcome back to J&J Dynasty. So just to start off, because I always forget, please like, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can see the upcoming content that I'm going to be producing here, if you like it. So definitely feel free to do that. Create a new little banner so people will know that it's news and notes from around the NFL. August 1st today, big news around the NFL. Just kind of an update. I'm going to do an update on three different players: a running back, a quarterback, and a wide receiver, or quarterback, running back, wide receiver. How about that? But just at work here, doing my lunchtime. Got my little. I can't even see it. Can you? A brisket sandwich. Yay! So yeah, there you go. Last of my brisket that my uncle and we made. But at any rate, let's get into this video and let's get going here. Big news came down today with the Deshaun Watson decision, right? So 6-game suspension. I'll pull it up here so that we can see it. But Deshaun Watson is getting 6 games. It's probably going to be, well, the players union saying that they're going to uphold the decision. Goodell has to make the final decision that if this is the actual suspension that's going to be approved by the NFL. So this still could change, but there's a big decision today about it. So it looks good for Deshaun Watson owners. In this actual league that I pulled this up, I just traded for Deshaun Watson. I gave up 211 and 2.3 and got back 3.1, and with 3.1. So basically I gave up 2.3, 2.11 for Deshaun Watson and Wan'Dale Robinson. So I think that's pretty good value on that. So if it's only a 6-game suspension here, if that holds up. So my personal opinion is the arbiter is a woman. I don't know how Goodell is going to be able to go against this one. It's arbitration, number one. Number two, a woman handed down the decision. So, I mean, you're talking about women's rights. This is what a woman thinks is fair. So I don't understand how the NFL is going to go against or try to go against this decision. So I put up the screenshot there to show you exactly what they're talking about as far as with the decision. So, and it kind of goes over there that you could do that. So let's get into a running back. I'm going to try and make this a real quick little video, but a good running back that you're going to want to be getting also. So obviously, Deshaun Watson shares are going to be skyrocketing. The next guy is Isaiah Spiller, and he's showcasing his hands in camp. He's pushing for that solid number 2 spot right behind, Eckler. If Eckler goes down, or aging Eckler, we should call him aging Eckler, he's going to be a priority backup here, at least next year for sure, if not this year. They spent significant capital on him yet, even though that he had quote unquote risk factors based off of his speed and whatever. But he is, again, only a 20-year-old running back. He's one of the youngest prospects in this draft. So we have to take that with a grain of salt. He was injured when he did his pro day and his combine time. So he is probably a little bit faster than that 4.6 40. And he is a bigger back. So even if he is that speed, that's probably not going to deter or hurt him that tremendously, right? So Isaiah Spiller is another guy. Plus, he's also, in the Chargers. I wanted to say San Diego, in the Chargers offense with the great quarterback who obviously made Eckler really good. So, or continues to make Eckler really good, I should say, right? So Spiller is another guy. Stock is going to be going up, so keep getting shares of him, right? The last guy in this video, I kind of mentioned him already. I picked him up at 3-1. I was rather surprised that he was there. I was trying to see if anybody wanted to make a trade because I was hoping that I would be able to trade out of 3-1 and maybe pick up a second-round pick next year. But I wound up taking him because nobody was going to be doing anything. The reason I wasn't wanting to grab him is because I've already on that team have a share of Kadarius Toney. So now I have two Giants wide receivers on this roster. So that's going to be, I'm going to have to make a choice at some point as far as which one to keep, right? Usually you don't want two different guys on the same roster from the same team, especially if the quarterback is not going to support one, let alone two top 20 or top 30 receivers. I don't know if Daniel Jones has ever supported a top 20 or 30 receiver. His rookie year, was Odell on the team? Was he healthy? Did he do anything? I don't think so. So with that being said, I like the talent. I don't like the landing spot for him, Wan'Dale Robinson, but he's looking like a star in camp, as it says there in the video or in the screenshot there. So another guy that everything's looking like it's up, like he's going to increase in value. So, I mean, if you can get him at the end of the second round or early third round, looks like that's going to be a good landing spot for him in your dynasty leagues, right? Now, all these guys except for Watson, in any other league format, you're probably going to want to stay away from them, except in like best ball formats. So this is obviously a dynasty channel, so I concentrate on the dynasty aspect. But in your redraft, if you're going to get Deshaun Watson, you want to get him later on because you're not going to have him for the first 6 games for sure, right? So if you're drafting this week, next week in your redraft leagues, you're not going to want to grab him there. You're going to want to wait a little bit on him and see if you can snag him after you get your wide receivers and your maybe the 0 RB is going to be the good idea there, because then you can maybe get him and then maybe Kirk Cousins a little bit later than that. So you can start off with Cousins the first 6 weeks and week 9. So that would not be a bad draft strategy in your redraft leagues if you're going to be doing something like that. But definitely Spiller would be somebody who would be a later round pick, and Wan'Dale Robinson also. But in Dynasty, you want to get these guys earlier in the, Spiller's been going off at about 2-1 to 2-3 in many drafts. And Wan'Dale has been going at, late second, early third round area. Well, that's a little bit of an update here for news and notes from J&J Dynasty. As always, hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up, right? Click the like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that way when something new comes up, say these news and notes, that you can take a look at this and knock it right out. All right, that's it for J&J Dynasty. Until next time, take care.